GeForce RTX 5080 and 5090 are launching very soon. AMD Radeon RDNA 4 GPU reference design has been leaked, allegedly. New naming variant for the RDNA 4 SKUs are here. Okay, so firstly we have from WCCF Tech, and their reporting is that the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 16GB GPU first to launch in January 2025, followed by flagship RTX 5090 32GB. So obviously in the CES 2025, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang will be revealing the top of the line RTX 5090 and 5080, possibly 5080 launching first, then the 5090 as it states, starting first in January 2025. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 with 16GB of GDDR7 memory and blazing fast speeds of 32GB Gbps will be available soon after CES. But no mention for the RTX 5090 here. So that would mean that RTX 5090 should not be launching first rather than 5080. This is also confirmed by Copy7Kimi as Tech Power Up reports NVIDIA to only launch the flagship GeForce RTX 5090 in 2024, rest of the series in 2025. But Copy7Kimi replies it's not true. RTX 5080 should be released first. So basically RTX 5080 should be releasing in 2025, January 2025, and then the RTX 5090 maybe a month after, not sure. But I think that would be the case as the known leaker Copy7Kimi also agrees with the RTX 5080 launching first. Next up we have something interesting in Reddit, and it says, are these referenced 8000 series cards? So this is a reference card design we're looking at here, and of course the AMD alongside the AMD Ryzen 9 I guess is available here with the reference AMD Radeon RX 8000 series, which is of course 8000 series hasn't been launched yet, but the reference card might be looking like this is from AMD and this could be the new reference design. However, there's a twist and turn here because now what we're hearing is that 8000 is not going to be the name of the series. So in the next story, which is a big story here, we have something quite interesting as it says AMD Radeon RX 9070 XC, which is a pretty weird naming scheme they're going for, right? HXL has reported this and he's basically saying that AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT should be the naming, as in Chipple Forum we have this particular leak here, which in translation should give us the translation that is the RX 9070 XT. So that is quite fascinating, as we have more leaks coming based on this particular naming, as Momomo_US has also reported that in Crossbuild Pro website here we have this particular leak, and probably it has been removed obviously, but obviously the leakers have been very much active, and we have this particular leak here which is AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT and the AMD Radeon RX 9070. So two models we're looking at here based on RDNA 4, which is the 9070 XT and 9070 non-XT of course. So this is pretty much clear that they're not going for 8000 series of naming scheme rather than 9000, which is quite fascinating. They're doing this based on GPUs here, jumping or skipping 8000 series, directly going with the 9000 naming scheme. Rather, they're not going for 9700 XT rather than 9070 XT, which is again not normal in terms of AMD, but I guess they're doing this just to have a better comparison or with NVIDIA, or to have a better naming scheme so that people understand it pretty well. Because previous generation 7900 XTX was competing 4080 Ti most probably, but no competition for 4090 however. So obviously it is kind of confusing. Similarly 7900 XT was confusing, it was competing 4080. So yeah, there was some confusion there, but I guess this time around they might want to remove that confusion and go for this particular naming scheme, whereas 9070 should be competing against the 4070 Ti because it's an XT. So we'll see about that. We also have all the watts reporting this particular information here, which is quite fascinating. As you can see, it says AMD Radeon RX 9070 series, 9060 series and 9050 series, also 9040 series. No mention of 9080 series, so that is a bit interesting here because they want to clear the names with better understanding of the names, but also there is no competition in the 80 mark. So will there be any competition in the 80 series, or they're just entirely skipping the 80, 90, 80 mark? We'll see about that, but for now these are the leaks we're getting. Also we have something interesting, which is that AMD Radeon RX 8060S graphics, 8050S graphics and 8040S graphics have also been listed. That is quite interesting here, that 9070 is the first leak we get here, which is completely confirmed here now because they have been listed already in our website. So definitely 9070 XT or 9070, these two GPU exist. So that would mean these particular GPU would also exist. And to remove confusion, they're going for mobile lineup, so that's quite fascinating. So yeah, what do you think that they're going for the RX 9070 XT as the first GPU launch because it has been listed already? Will there be any 9080 series? If they don't have any, will it only competing the 5070 Ti or will it go further to 5080? We'll see about that. Until then, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.